Israel once again turned away from God, and because of this, they were oppressed for 40 long years by the Philistines. In the town of Zorah lived a woman who had never been able to have children. One day, an angel of the Lord appeared to her and told her she would bear a son. This child would be set apart to God from birth. He must never drink wine, never touch anything unclean, and never cut his hair, for he would begin to deliver Israel from the Philistines. In time, the promised child was born, and they named him Samson. As it grew, the Spirit of the Lord began to stir within him, and it became clear that his life would be unlike any other. One day, Samson saw a Philistine woman in Timnah and insisted that his parents arrange a marriage with her, even though she was from Israel's enemies. Though troubled, his parents agreed and went with him. On the journey, a young lion suddenly attacked Samson. In that moment, the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him, and he tore the lion apart with his bare hands. Later, when he passed by the same place, he found bees and honey inside the lion's carcass. He scooped out the honey and ate it, sharing some with his parents without telling them where it came from. At his wedding feast, Samson posed a riddle to 30 Philistine men. Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. The men could not solve it, so they threatened his bride, demanding she persuade Samson to reveal the answer. Pressured and afraid, she wept before Samson until he told her the secret. She betrayed him, and the answer was given to his enemies. Burning with anger, Samson struck down 30 Philistines to settle his wager. Conflict escalated between him and the Philistines. At one point, he tied torches to foxes and released them into their grain fields, burning their crops. Violence answered violence. Eventually, the men of Judah bound Samson with ropes and handed him over to the Philistines, hoping to stop the destruction. But when the Philistines shouted in triumph, the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him. He snapped the ropes as if they were threads burned by fire. Finding the jawbone of a donkey, he struck down 1,000 men. After this great victory, he grew faint with thirst and cried out to God for help. God miraculously provided water, and Samson was revived. He judged Israel for 20 years during the time of Philistine oppression. Later, Samson fell in love with a woman in the valley of Sorek named Delilah. The Philistine rulers came to her with an offer of silver if she would discover the secret of Samson's great strength. Delilah asked him how he could be subdued. Samson misled her, first saying that fresh bowstrings would weaken him. She tested him, but he broke free. Then he claimed new ropes would hold him, but again, he snapped them apart. Next, he said weaving his hair into a loom would subdue him, yet he broke loose once more. Day after day, Delilah pressed him with her words. She urged him until his soul was weary to death. Finally, Samson told her the truth. He revealed that he had been a Nazirite to God from birth, and that no razor had ever touched his head. If his hair were shaved, his strength would leave him. Delilah saw that he had told her everything. While he slept with his head in her lap, she called for a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. As his hair fell, his strength left him. The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes, and bound him with bronze chains. They set him to grinding grain in prison, yet his hair began to grow again. Some time later, the Philistines gathered in the temple of Dagon to celebrate, praising their God for delivering Samson into their hands. They brought the blind prisoner out to entertain them. Standing between the pillars that supported the temple, Samson prayed, "O Lord God, remember me, strengthen me just once more, that I may repay the Philistines." With his hands against the pillars, Samson pushed with all his might. The temple shook and collapsed upon the rulers and all the people inside. In his death, he killed more Philistines than he had during his life. And so ended the life of Samson, a man of extraordinary strength, whose greatest victories and deepest failures were woven together in a story of calling, weakness, judgment, and final redemption.